We completely reject the current attempts to force Israel to accept a Palestinian terrorist state in the heart of our tiny land. It will not happen. Those terrorists came this morning from the PA territories. And the establishment of such a terrorist state would have one goal only: the elimination of the State of Israel. It must be made clear: the Palestinian Authority has never disconnected from its support for terror. It rewards and encourages terror with its pay-for-slay policy for terrorists and their families. As much as the crime is more severe, they are paying more. It continues its incitement against Israel and Jews in schools, textbooks, mosques, and their media. Based on its actions, the PA does not deserve a state. US Secretary Rubio recently made it clear: the PA and PLO are not meeting their most basic obligations from the Oslo Accords over 30 years ago. There can be no reliable peace process without disconnecting from the ethics of terror. The initiative led by France disconnects the issue of statehood, one of the final status issues, from peace, and that's a grave mistake. It's an attempt to unilaterally grant the Palestinians a state without a historical compromise, without them meeting and fulfilling the obligations they already made in the midterm agreements. By doing so, it harms the chances to achieve peace in the future. French initiative harms regional stability. It rewards Hamas for October 7th massacre, and Hamas said it openly. It serves as an incentive for Hamas to prolong the war. It will only destabilize the region. This morning's terror attack was a dark reminder of the danger we are facing. I urge the responsible leaders around the world who recognize the clear danger in a terror state, now is the time to speak out and make your voice heard. The war in Gaza, my friend, can end tomorrow. President Trump said it clearly yesterday. Israel said yes to his proposal. We are ready to accept a full deal that would end the war based on the cabinet decision. But there are European leaders that call on us to end the war now, practically unconditionally. Yet, at the same time, they support our position regarding the conditions to end the war, that Hamas must disarm and not play a role in the future of Gaza. And so I ask, how do these European leaders propose to resolve this contradiction? By politely asking Hamas to leave? I have not heard one practical suggestion from them. France and Spain, they are huge countries. Sometimes I feel, when I hear on their internal problems, that it's easier for them to deal with our problems. Because my impression is that President Macron has huge problems in France. But this is his thing. What I'm saying, if they are so enthusiastic to establish a Palestinian state, they have huge territories, Spain and France. If they are so enthusiastic to do that, they can do that in their own territory. We will not risk Israel in an indefensible borders. The distance between the terrorists that went this morning from their houses in the Palestinian Authority territories to Jerusalem to attack Israeli citizens on the bus is a few miles, not more than a few miles. And we learned, after the Oslo agreements and after the withdrawal from Gaza Strip, that every territory we are leaving this vacuum is immediately terror organizations are taking over there. So we will not repeat the mistakes of the past. With regard to Spain, first of all, it's amazing the fact that Spanish current leaders ignores what they had done during their history to the Jewish people. I mean, one of the hugest ethnic cleansing on earth was the deportation of all the Jews from Spain at 1492. Not talking about the Inquisition, not talking about the forced change of religion. So to hear the Prime Minister of Spain preaching to us about the killing in Gaza, I didn't heard anything from him after the terror attack this morning, somehow. We decided, and I announced today, that we will not allow 2 Spanish ministers to enter to Israel, and we will not engage with them in any matter after their consistent anti-Semite and anti-Israeli rhetorics. Unfortunately, the current Spanish government, the current Prime Minister in Spain, are being squeezed by a very, very extremist parties, communists and others, that once and again squeeze him to take steps against Israel. And today we put a red line here demonstrating we will not take it from them anymore. And I want to say another thing. If they want to hold or halt defense connections with Israel, who do you think will lose from that? We don't need Spain to protect the land of Israel. They probably need Israeli capabilities much more than we need them. So if they want to punish their own country, it's an issue for the Spanish voters to decide in the future.